welcome to Reading with Kermie. Chris here, aka Kermie, and I felt inspired to do a Reading Kermie today, and oh man, what a couple of weeks, but you know what, this isn't what this is for. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm sure we all had quite a couple of weeks here and everything, but I want to let you guys know, those who do follow my page and whatnot, I have recently deactivated my Facebook, and just for a break from all the noise and etc. etc. I explained this on Kermie Karaoke, so I probably don't have to repeat it, but anyway, I'm going to, and I did. But back to Reading with Kermie. This is Reading with Kermie, and we have been reading. Don't stress the small stuff, it's just small stuff with the family. This is book 2, and we're on chapter 93. And cool thing about my Reading with Kermie is I don't read the chapter I'm reading today until I come on, and usually it's pretty right on with things that I need to look at and some insight and whatnot. So it's a pretty awesome deal how that works out. So I'm going to get started before I start blabbing away. Reading with Kermie, chapter 93. Stop complaining about complaining. I've been complaining a lot, but anyway, let's get started, shall we? Alright. Being a parent, which I'm not, but anyway, being a parent, I've learned a lot of interesting things about children. But one thing stands out. Oh, I got my reading glasses, by the way, new reading glasses, so I'm going to start this over. Being a parent, I've learned a lot of interesting things about children, but one thing that stands out: children and complaining go hand in hand. From the day your child is born, when he or she cries and complains out of pure need, to the day your teenager moves out of the house and complains that his or her stereo isn't good enough, you may never again experience a day without at least some complaining to deal with. Someone once told me that the reason our children and other family members complain so much is that they feel most comfortable with us. Upon reflecting on this comment, I realized that sometimes I wish my family wasn't so comfortable with me. I'll bet there are times when you feel the same way. I've observed two consistent dynamics about complaining that I feel may be useful to share with you. First, listening to other people complain feels stressful and encourages me to complain myself. For example, suppose it's hot outside and I'm already uncomfortable. Now one of my daughters begins to complain about how hot and thirsty she is. This reminds me of how uncomfortable I feel, and I immediately begin to wish she would stop bringing it up. But kids will be kids. She says it again and again and again. Pretty soon I'm so tired of the complaining that I complain to my wife. The kids are always complaining, so my first observation is that complaining brings out more complaining. The other observation I've had about complaining is that never once has my objection to the complaining stopped it. In fact, it seems that it makes matters worse. It gives the complaining additional energy and feeds the cycle that already exists. Wow. In recent months, I've made great strides in this area. It's been easier than I dreamed possible. Rather than complaining about the complaining, I've decided to make peace with the fact that listening to complaining is a fact of life. And to be completely honest, I've discovered something truly remarkable. The complaining has lessened substantially. It's not getting to me nearly as much, and there seems to be far less of it to contend with. The fact that I've become less emotionally invested in the complaining has made complaining less appealing to my kids. My advice is simple. As difficult as it may be at first, And as justified as your own complaints may seem, try to stop your part of the process. My guess is this: if you stop complaining, those complaints that you are forced to listen to will gradually disappear. Good luck on this one, but don't complain if it doesn't help. Oh man, that's let me mark this page for the next chapter. That's short and sweet, isn't it, folks? That was, been my last several weeks, and that's been a habit of mine off and on for my life. I get in that routine, that cycle the book talks about, and just goes on and on and on and on and on, just like that spinning wheel, But I'm going to try that. And I have tried it in the past, but then you hear a complaint in life, somebody talks about something they're complaining about, and it just backfires and continues and blah, 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 blah. They continue complaining. And you know what? There's times in my life where I don't feel like it's complaining, just explaining the situation, I guess, and it turns into complaining. It's a weird dynamic phenomenon there, but I've been working through that a lot in my life for a long time, because I know that cycle will continue. So, it says complaining brings more complaining, but it goes for anything in life, Hate brings more hate. Love brings more love. And that's the conduit I want to be in my life, and I try to be. I always talk about unity and everybody being one, and I totally believe in that, but sometimes we all get caught up in that life of complaints and hate, and especially right now in life, it's heavy duty out there. So I'm working on me today, because I know everything does start with me, and that goes for each and every one of you out there watching and listening. It all starts with us. We got to make those changes in life, and those are things I also talk about. And like I was saying in my Kermie karaoke yesterday, I feel hypocritical when I say these things, and it backfires on me, where I start living in that cycle of yuck, and it's a lifelong journey, everybody, no matter what area of life you're in, and it's just a lifelong journey that we do the best we can with what we got at this present moment, It's been that way since time began, so that's a great read, and like I shared at the beginning, it's wonderful how I just open up the book, and what I need is right there, and that goes along for everything in life, really. Just got to be aware and pay attention to those things, and know what's coming, and know where we're at, and know what, where we're going with things. There's a lot of times where I don't, but I just go anyway, because I know if I keep moving forward instead of backwards, life is going to happen. And I just recently heard this analogy from a friend of mine that goes along with those comments, is be like a river. You have a choice. You can go upstream or downstream. I think downstream is much more pleasant. My habit has always been trying to fight the current, go up, you know what I mean. But anyway, I appreciate my viewers. Show that support, and hopefully I can get, inspire others as I inspire myself. That's why I do these readings with Kermie karaoke's and whatnot. And now that I recently deactivated Facebook for a short time, there's only certain people that hear this, but that's okay. It can grow from there instead of, getting on Facebook and getting my ego into it and saying, oh, who's listening to me? But anyway, I love you guys, and we'll talk to you guys soon. I'm going to go on a hike and get some fresh air and take a break from on my mind stuff. So, peace out. Stay tuned for next time.